Hey, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. As you know, we're gonna wait until it hits 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe we're gonna be facing off against Phoenix in the courtroom. Like, that's kind of crazy to think about. I'm kind of scared. And you might be like, Nomi, why are you scared? I'm scared mostly because I think he's gonna piss me off. And I think that's the worst thing you can do. I think that's the worst thing a character can do to someone, is piss them off, especially if it's a character you like. Because the way that Apollo pissed me off, oh my god, he has not recovered. I still be making fun of him just a little bit, as much as I love him too. He pisses me the fuck off just a little bit from that one interaction. It was crazy. So I cannot imagine seeing how Phoenix actually plays outside of you playing as him on his own. Golly. Want a cookie run? I'll cookie run too. It is so good. Have you joined the guild yet? I've joined the guild. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Alright, everybody. We are gonna get started. Phoenix is being weird. Phoenix is being weird. He's already pissing me off the way that he's talking. He knows what's going on in Korean. He better be on his scheme and shit like usual. Because this is absurd as fuck. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. Just so you know, I'm not gonna take sides. Message received. Loud and clear. Good, because I don't like this one bit. You and Daddy should be on the same team. Sorry, Trucy. Wow. She's really mad. I'm sorry too, little lady. This is all my fault. I'm just worried things won't ever be the same between Daddy and Apollo. If they go through with this. Then tell your dad to hop off! This is literally not on us. We don't have a choice. This is literally about, like, the oppression of a whole country of people. Nope, I accidentally hit enter when I did that. Is that all then? Well, I wouldn't worry about that. That is the way it is with us men. We may fight, but we don't burn bridges. That's not true. Really? Sure, 1 minute we're trading blows, and the next we're having drinks together. We're simple creatures at heart. Ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! I sure hope you're right. Sorry I'm late, Apollo. Athena, there you are. What happened with you and Mr. Wright yesterday? Oh, how about that? I ended up going to the wrong airport. I was waiting there thinking his flight was really late. And before I knew it, I had dozed off. By the time I woke up, it was already dark. I figured something like that had happened. Being late and dozing off are the two things you do best. Ugh. Guilty as charged. So then, I take it you have no idea what today's case is about. Not a clue. Sorry. What is today's case about, if I might ask? Another locked room mystery? A suspect with a flimsy alibi? Ooh, or a dying message. Sorry, strike 3, you're out. It's a civil case. A civil case? You act like I'm speaking Swahili here. It's just... The Wright Anything Agency specializes in criminal law, or so I thought. In civil cases, there are no prosecutors, right? Instead, both parties retain an attorney. Right? And the other attorney is someone you know very well. Really? Who? The trial will begin shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom at once. She's gonna be tweaking. The second we walk into that courtroom, oh fuck. Okay, let's do this. Apollo, wait. Who's the other attorney? And where's Mr. Wright? No time to explain. Let's go. Okay, right behind you. I forgot to change his costume! No, this is gonna be so goofy. Wait, I need to change his costume. He's home. You just reminded me. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta change his costume. It's gonna be really fucking cringe if I don't. Oh my god, I almost forgot to change his costume. I keep forgetting that's what he looks like. And that is the outfit he wears when he's in Korean. Otherwise, we gotta take it off. Okay, where were we? Oh my god. Court is now in session. Oh, is this some sort of practice session? A mock trial, perhaps? No. It's not, Your Honor. It's the real deal, Your Honor. So then you two have had a falling out? I won't have you using my courtroom for that, you know? It's nothing like that, Your Honor. Exactly. It just so happens that we have different clients in this case. I see. Well, here's to hoping this has no adverse effect on your working relationship. You can say that again? I had no idea we'd be going up against the boss today! You sure this is a good idea, Apollo? What? Do you want to switch sides? Honestly, I'd rather be anywhere but here right now. Well, at least she is here. I'm really gonna need her help. Mr. Justice. Yeah? Yes? Don't expect me to pull any punches just because you're the opposing lawyer. As I said, the kid gloves are off. And come what may, they'll stay off. Same here, Mr. Wright. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. He's tweaking, like Phoenix, unless he got, like, your loved ones at gunpoint, you're tweaking right now for doing this to Apollo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this supposed to be, like, symbolizing him overcoming Phoenix? Unless this is gonna turn into them working together thing, but aside from that, I really wonder, is this supposed to, like, symbolize him as a character becoming, like, you know, the ace attorney? Beat the old one, become the new one. Yeesh. You guys are really chomping at the bit, aren't you?
I don't mind a good fight between co-workers. Just keep it the civil case civil. Now then, if the plaintiff would take the stand, we may begin.
Inside? Oh my god. Noble judge members of the gallery. Good day to you. I am politician. This is but the start of my epic campaign, and you all have the honor of witnessing it. I believe the youth of this country are our future. Too long have they been looked down on and given the cold shoulder. So, to them I say, ask not what you can do for your country. Ask what...
Mr. Addition! What is this crazy contraption you're riding in?
It's my cushion-made, election-winning campaign mobile. Beautiful, isn't it?
No, that shit is trash!
You are a witness. You are at a witness stand, not a campaign podium. So come out of there this instant. He said, I have to use my feet? Oh my god.
Alright, now, would the plaintiff's attorney, Mr. Wright, please explain the complaint filed against the defendant.
Mr. Attishan's complaint against the defendant is simple. The defendant, one Dirk Zodmahi, stole my client's family heirloom, the crystal of Emmy Faye. Mr. Attishan merely seeks its return. This wouldn't have to happen if that archaeologist hadn't kicked the bucket.
I see. Well, Mr. Justice, let's have your opening statement, if you would.
The defense asserts that the item in question is the Founder's Orb, a sacred relic from Kurain.
Go on.
We need the courtroom to blow up again! We need to get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Nah, with Apollo's luck, that would be it for him. The fact that he even survived is crazy. These writers hate him. I'm surprised they didn't use that as an opportunity to bring in a new ace attorney. Oh, I guess. It seems someone asked an archaeologist, Dr. Archie Buff, to study the orb. Dr. Buff determined that it was a Kurainese national treasure known as the Founder's Orb. The very orb that was stolen from a treasure room in Kurain several weeks ago.
Why, yes, I saw a news report about that. The theft of the Kurainese national treasure caused quite an uproar in the kingdom.
Well, we believe that it was not, in fact, a theft in the traditional sense, but rather that it was spirited out of Kurain by someone for Dr. Buff to study.
You don't say. And?
Around that time, the acquaintance of the defendant learned of Dr. Buff. He made contact with the doctor, who agreed to hand over the orb. Apparently, the doctor wanted nothing to do with it once he learned it had been stolen.
It seems you have a transfer agreement between both parties.
Mr. Sadmahi also agreed to return the Founder's Orb to the Kingdom of Kurain. Once the doctor verified it was the real thing...
I see, so... this dispute centers on... whether the item in question is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Emmy Faye. That in turn will determine the object's rightful owner.
I'd better bring my A game. Going up against Mr. Wright won't be a walk in the park.
Come to think of it, that name, Dirk Sodmighty, sounds awfully familiar. But I can't recall where I've heard it.
Oh, it's probably your imagination, Your Honor. He's just a tourist, after all.
My imagination, you say?
Are you sure about this, Apollo? He's a wanted criminal in Kurain, isn't he? In Kurain, yes. Here, he's just a tourist.
Very well. Let's begin the proceedings. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness?
Athena has been dozing off for the last 7 billion hours. Emma! Oh my god! I don't know why it just clicked to me that Emma's wearing them cunty ass heels. Hold on. Emma, have you always been wearing those? Am I crazy? Is this the first time I just realized she's wearing those cunty ass heels? No, me, you're late to it? Is that what I'm hearing? Oh my gosh. Emma? Show some manners. We're in court. I know, it's just... This is a civil trial, so I was surprised to see a detective take the stand. I had her do some digging on Dr. Buff. What for? You disappoint me, Apollo. First, you know I'm not just a detective, I'm a forensic scientist. Do try to remember that. Second, you owe Mr. Wright an apology. After all he's done for you, you have some nerve. First, I'm sorry, and second, I'm really just trying to do my job. You'll never get anywhere with that attitude. Take some advice from someone who's been there. Why do I feel like I'm on trial here?
Detective Sky, your testimony, if you please.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The police had their eyes on Dr. Buff for some time. And just today, a number of stolen artifacts were discovered in his study. Okay, that works on our side, right? Among them were... Oh, no, it doesn't. It's the opposite. Among them were a priceless urn and a statue that were stolen from the Fae clan. It seems the doctor would do anything to study artifacts, including steal them. As for the relic at the center of this dispute, he likely stole it from the Attician residence. Ugh, my gosh, I hate that word. The doctor is a thief? Why am I just hearing about this now? Well, cat burglar isn't something he put on his resume. He was more careful than that. But the fact is, he was a classic treasure hunter. A treasure hunter, huh? I like people who have thrilling adventures in exotic places, risking life and limb for glory. Like people... What the fuck was I talking about? Like people who have thrilling adventures in exotic places, risking life and limb for glory? I doubt Dr. Buff was the star of his own hit movie series, Athena. Out of respect for the dead, I will say that Dr. Buff wasn't doing it to get rich. Apparently he only wanted to borrow artifacts to study them. He would then return them as soon as his research was finished. According to the doctor's child, he would even repair or restore some of the artifacts he stole before returning them. He believed he was honoring the dead by discovering their history through artifacts. But whatever lofty ideals he held, it makes no difference. Larceny is larceny.
Yes, he certainly sounds no different from a regular thief to me.
Let's say for a moment that the doctor really did moonlight in stealing artifacts. Might he not have stolen the Founder's Orb in Kurain and brought it back here himself? Nope. There's no record of him traveling overseas over the past few years. Plus, he couldn't very well leave his reclusive child at home alone.
Then this really must be the crystal of Amy Faye.
Yes.
He stole it from the Etitian residence, probably so he could study it. This is the left hook I did not need. I bet you never saw that coming, Apollo. Yeah. When Mr. Wright said the kid gloves were off, he was not kidding. Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Oh, that hurt. What's it called? I wish Phoenix lost a case in Kura Inn that didn't involve Albi or Maya. They would have killed his ass because he was causing trouble. So they definitely were gonna get his ass regardless. Oh my god. Regardless of how innocent the person was, like even if it was like just stealing a little something, they'd be like, no, kill that guy, just so that they could get Phoenix, because Phoenix was causing a mess. They were getting mad as hell. He only did 2 fucking cases, and they were still mad as hell. What's it called? Are we back with the useless judge? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Bad cough. You want to hear something gross? Do you guys want to hear something gross? Everybody say yeah. Everybody say yeah. Okay, that's 5. Alright. So, I'm still recovering from whatever sickness I had. But I've noticed, like, swallowing your spit, like, whenever you're sick, is not good for you. So instead, I've been spitting in this bottle. So listen to this. Yeah, anyways. May I have a sip? Scotty! The spit sphere. It is disgusting. It is like... This bottle is like a quarter of the way full because of that. I gotta empty it soon. What's it called? That's why the way I gotta send it this dispute. He likely stole it from the edition reticent. Hold it! Let's question it. We gotta question it. Because bro's got us on the ropes. You claim he stole a family heirloom from the Etitian residence. Ugh. But claiming something doesn't make it true. Unfortunately, it is true. How can you be so sure? A police report was filed concerning the theft 1 year ago, in fact. Who's to say that he's not... Oh my god. Who's to say that the guy that he's working with isn't the same person that gave it to Thing and just had him file in a year in advance? Like, what? What? A whole year ago? August 25th of last year, to be exact. The report states, and I quote, "The crystal of Emi was discovered to be missing. From the Etitian storehouse at 10 a.m., the storehouse lock had been picked." Signed, Politician Wimperson. Well, a year-old report certainly lends the plaintiff's claim credence.
The doctor really could have stolen the crystal of Amy Faye. He would have returned it long before this if he did, that's what I'm saying. Not only that, Your Honor, but the Founder's Orb was only found to be missing several weeks ago. I'm gonna be real, it feels like Phoenix is gonna be really out of character. Because they're gonna make him really fucking serious, but seemingly, the way that he's acting right now, I need him to make his goofy ass expressions when we get shit right. That's all I'm saying. He better be goofy a little bit in court. Because he's a little too serious for my liking. But if the Founder's Orb was only found to be missing several weeks ago, this is nearly a year after the crystal's theft was reported. Therefore, I believe we must consider the orb and the crystal to be two separate items. Politician Wimperson? Not the most awe-inspiring tail end, is it? I see why he cut it. Not that he inspires confidence without it. Still, I'd probably do the same in his shoes. His name is ugly as fuck. A police report was filed about the crystal's theft a year ago. But the theft of the Founder's Orb was only reported a few weeks ago. So the crystal's report was filed way before the orb was found missing. And that suggests the stolen relic is the crystal of Amy Faye, as Mr. Titian Wimperson asserts. Can we not call him that? I doubt the police report is a fake. After all, Emma's the one who submitted it as evidence. Still, I feel like something we learned in that police report is important somehow. Definitely this one that needs to be discussed. Now let me check something. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Rap know me, please. What? Why would I be rapping right now? Beatbox for us. Why? Why? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing at the top there? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing at the top there? His full name is Paul Titian Wimperson. Now, what are the three letters right there in the email replying to the doctor about the item? Paul Titian Wimperson. That is him emailing him emailing the doctor about the orb. Now, why would he do that if it was stolen? Unless he stole it too. Okay, let me see.
Objection!
The doctor stole the relic from the plaintiff? Are you sure? Because that statement doesn't agree with a certain piece of evidence. What do you mean? Take a look at this. What about it? This contains an email from the doctor's computer. Email? Is that piece of plastic? Kill him! I had enough of him. Guards, cut off his legs. He doesn't need them. He doesn't need them anymore. We're taking him away.
Every time he says something stupid, we're taking a body part away. Enough is enough. Like, here's the thing. Hold on. I gotta do the math. Right now. I've noticed since that one trial, we don't really... Is the judge here? Miles. What's it called? I noticed ever since that one trial where with Clavier and his band, they don't show the judge on here. They only did it for that one trial, which was kind of making it obvious that he'd be used. But he should be like what? How old is the judge in this game? Like 64, maybe? I'm picking my phone up. How old is the judge in Ace Attorney? $1971. Oh my god. Let's do the math. It's 2028. 1971. 57? He is not 57. Don't piss me off. I know. That said 60. That definitely said 60, right? I'm not crazy. It was like what, 1997, 1996 that the USB was like created and like used. Let's put 1996. He would have been 25. He would have been 25 when the USB was created. First of all, crazy. But that said, he genuinely is sitting there saying that he doesn't know what a USB is. He would have been 25. He would have been barely over like the full adult age. Fully, all his motor skills and everything running. Age. Fully developed adult human, just became one. He doesn't know what a USB is. At 57. Whee! He's lying on his birth certificate. My god, he has to be. Especially as a judge, someone that would have been studying and became a judge, he would have used so many USBs. Are you serious? This is crazy. This isn't even just Nepo baby. This is insane. Hello? This is like unhinged as a human being, point blank period, to not know what a USB is. Maybe he just ignored them. Then how did he get into his position? Golly. I need him out of power. This is scary. Email in that little piece of plastic? I'm afraid I don't understand. Oh, that stick there can store all sorts of computer data. There was no reason to make him this stupid, by the way. I think, have you guys seen Cabin in the Woods? And how they actually dumbed down that one girl for the horror movie trope of like dumb blonde? Like they were putting chemicals in her like hair dye so that she would become stupid. Did they do that to him? He's bald now. So the chemicals like got rid of all his hair, but it clearly lasted. Shit. Oh my god. Cause what do you mean you don't know what a USB is, freak? I still don't get it. Here! Just look at this. Oh my god. They dunked him in it. Apparently the doctor was reporting his research findings to a certain individual. Now, take a look at this. It's the police report Detective Sky presented to this court. You can see the plaintiff's legal name on it. Politician Wimperson.
I can see why he dropped a Wimperson from his name. That's hardly breaking news.
Look closer, Your Honor. His initials. Thank God. If you weren't goofy like that, I was gonna be extra mad. Right. The plaintiff's full legal name is Politician Wimperson. Now, consider this. The email's recipient address starts with 3 letters. P-A-W? Ah! Don't tell me! Oh, but it will anyway. The individual who hired the doctor to study the disputed item is none other than Politician Wimperson. Wait, then that means... Exactly. He wouldn't have asked the man who stole his family heirloom to study it. Therefore, how could this possibly be the crystal of Amy Faye? Oh. He never checked the doctor's emails. We couldn't figure out the password to his computer. The plaintiff willingly left the orb in the doctor's care so he could study it. But at the behest of his benefactor. Wait. What about the police report? I have all the details of the theft right here. It's probably for another relic. The real crystal of Amy Faye. He's just using the report as a way to claim that our orb is actually his stolen crystal.
Objection!
And how are you so certain that Pa refers to Pa refers to my client's initials? Maybe the email's recipient was a dog lover. Perhaps. So, let's get to know your client a little better, shall we? Mr. Politician Wimperson. The way he walked in. I suppose shutting down detractors is all a part of a politician's job. Answer me this, Mr. Editician Wimperson. What is your birthday? What is your birthday? My birthday? It's July 7th. But what's it to you? No, I see. You can address birthday gifts to my office. Fucking moron. But full disclosure, I only accept gifts valued at $1,000 or more. Phoenix said, "Ooh, you're stupid." Why has everyone gone silent? Dog, look at my client. How can anyone be that self-centered? No, you're right. Politician. Did everyone hear that? He said July 11th. July 11th, or rather, 7-11, matches the numbers in the email address. Both the name and birthday are a match. I hardly think that's a coincidence. Wait. Why, you sneaky little... Looks like someone finally decided to join the conversation. Apollo! Apollo, a little catty today. Oh my goodness. Also, trust, you bitch. We're gonna take you to court for pushing us down in the fucking cave. Trust! We're gonna go to court for that, because no way. What the hell? Would the plaintiff care to explain? I would like to say that this is quite... Quite what? Quite a thing, you've said. Girl, why are you going into politics? Oh my god. Any other thoughts? No further comments. I stand by my previous statement.
Hold it!
He's like if Reagan Arataka was like terrible at his job. Zero drip, zero cunt, not even sexy. Got nothing going for him. If Reagan was like fucking awful. Oh my gosh. You can't just walk away. Even politicians have to explain themselves in a court of law. I'm afraid I simply don't know how it happened. I can't possibly explain matters outside of my purview. Perhaps it was a mistake on the part of my secretary? No. Oh, no, you don't, you slippery eel. Mr. Wright, do you care to respond? I won't argue your assertion. My client lent the treasure in question to the doctor and asked him to study it. It seems that much is a fact. Now we're getting somewhere. Blood, here we go. Argument time. However, it has no bearing on the issue of ownership. How so? Mr. Attition, I fully understand your position here. You had to hide the fact that you sent the crystal out to be studied. Your family would have been very upset if they had found out. It's a family heirloom after all. You've got to be kidding me! Mr. Wright is, well, of course, right, of course. But then, he always is. That's why he's my lawyer. The crystal is a precious Attition family heirloom, and has been for centuries. But Dr. Buff was so eager to study its proud heritage, I just couldn't say no. I didn't even tell my grandfather.
Objection!
But in order to win the backing of your so-called benefactor, you were going to give what you claim to be the crystal family fate to that person? You were going to give a precious family heirloom away just like that? I was going to explain everything to grandfather later, honest. My client's grandfather is very proud of his grandson for following in his footsteps. And if refusing him would have meant dashing the dreams of his darling grandson, I doubt the Caerleon man could have said no. Well, grandchildren are meant to be spoiled. That's what grandfathers are for. Your Honor, please. I mean, it's been in the family for centuries. My grandfather thinks highly of my talents as a politician. That's why he entrusted me with this very important nameplate placard today. Placard. Oh, he stole it! So I'm sure he would have been okay with me using the crystal as I saw fit. Grandpa's spoiled little brat. I think the judge is buying it, Apollo. No surprise here. He's always going on about his own grandchild after all. Excuse me. Can I leave now, Mr. Wright? I believe my work here is done. By all means, Detective Sky. Thank you for your assistance. You're welcome. It's nice to testify at a civil trial once in a while. See you around. Do you think his name is Abe because of Abe Lincoln? You know, politician.
It seems the facts have changed somewhat. Mr. Attition Wimperson apparently let his family...
Why are we calling him that when he clearly doesn't want to be called that, by the way? That's weird. Like, yes, it's on the papers, but it has to be on the papers. That's his legal name, but clearly he doesn't want to be called that. What's it called?
Mr. Attition Wimperson apparently lent his family heirloom to Dr. Buff. Mr. Justice, how would the defense like to proceed?
That would, Alright, now what? Apollo, let's hear what they know about this so-called crystal of Amy Faye. Maybe we can find some inconsistencies in their statements. Oop. Right. Okay then, Mr. Wright. If the item in question really is an Attition family heirloom, then let's hear all your client knows about it. Of course. Mr. Attition Wimperson, please tell the defense everything you know about the crystal's origin.
Alright, now then, listen and learn. This is the tale of the crystal of Amy Faye and the illustrious history of the Attition clan. Are you ready?
Our story begins back in the old country, when the Attition family reigned supreme. Don't we have notes, too, on the history of the orb or whatever? Hold on. Let's take a look at that, too, so I can pick up on something if needed. Is it just this? They have the same symbol on them. Look, it has the same symbol on it, y'all. So the symbol on the Founder's Orb, which is clearly the Founder's Orb, or whatever, it clearly has the same fucking symbol as the notes for the Founder's Orb. Hi, Nat. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. Let's see. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Amy Faye gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him. Oh my gosh. I am a descendant of that great lord. As such, my political power and influence is backed by my centuries of history. You didn't do that shit, though. That was other people. Actually decent human beings. Oh my god. Well, that devolved into a great load of self-aggrandizing propaganda fast. As you can see, the crystal of Amy Faye is an heirloom of the esteemed house of Attition. And you have the proof that it has always been in the Attition family? I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. So you're telling me there's no pictures of it, by the way? Can we talk about that? How, like... Why does he not have a single picture of it if it's so, like, important and everything to this family? Why is he not bringing pictures? It's called the Amy crystal because Amy is essentially considered like a goddess, at least to this village. I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. My client's neighbor, One-Eyed Shinetto, age 85. Golly! Oh my god! Gave the following statement. The esthetician showed me the crystal back when I was but a bit
Objection!
What? Can we really trust the memory of an old man? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain that statement to the judge? I mean, the judge being mad doesn't really change shit. Like, that's still an opinion of a very old man who saw it when, he was a little kid? I forget about shit in what it looks like a day after seeing it. Sooner, actually. Like, later that day, I'd be like, damn, I forgot it looked like that. Oh, I didn't mean... What I'm trying to say is... never underestimate the memory of your elders. I may forget my verdicts the next day, but the memories of my past are clear as day. You're only 57 and you're forgetting the memory of your... Oh, golly. You're telling me he's sentencing people to, like, death or jail for life, and then he just forgets about it the next day is crazy. Therefore, I find Mr. Iveshnito's statement to be perfectly credible. Wow. Do you see how Mr. Wright got the judge on his side? For the first time in history. That's crazy. Now we know who the judge hates more. That's definitely a trick I want up my sleeve. You're not helping, Athena. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Justice. My ancestor was praised as benevolent ruler. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. I was saying, hey, if we get the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him. Well, no, go back. Let's take a look at that. Let's look into this, because there's a picture, so I'm assuming this is the right one.
Objection!
You stated that Amy Faye had the crystal made for your ancestor. So am I to assume it was made in Japan? That's right. The craftsmanship is unbeatable. Wrong forehead. Well, that's strange. I don't see how your so-called crystal could have been made there.
What are you talking about?
You know what? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I need to go make a big ass energy drink. I cannot function right now. I'm not gonna mute it either. You're gonna hear me stomping around. Making my little potion, my little drink. Yeah. I got my powder. Have some of my mango juice, Nomi. Thank you. Thank you. Nomi, rap! I don't rap! Why do you want me to rap? Phoenix isn't even on the prosecutor's side. They're both defenders here. They're both defending. Whew. Oh my goodness. And this one is smaller, so I'm gonna do 1 scoop and a half. Because this cup is smaller. And then we're gonna pour in the liquid. It's not fully mixed in yet. Trust the process. We're gonna close it. We're gonna shake it. Oh my god, that is strong. Jesus. Tastes like fucking juice. Pills and potions, I'm overdosing. Here we go. Let's continue. Oh my god. I can feel it coursing through my veins. What are you talking about? It's quite obvious if you take a closer look at this. Right here, this little part.
Take that!
It's an energy drink. It kind of tastes like coconuts and something fruity. I'm only supposed to have 4 of these a day if I have multiple. Whew. Take a look at the distinctive design here, according to Dr. Buff. It's a Matama motif. What the fuck was moth? It's a Matama motif dating back to the early days of the Kingdom of Kurain. The Kingdom of Kurain. And you based this on... Here. This piece of evidence, Your Honor. These are the doctor's research notes on the Founder's Orb. This is the box in which the orb was originally stored. It features the same pattern as as the one found on the orb.
They do look like the same.
This should end the conversation. Like, this truly should end the conversation. What bullshit is Phoenix gonna pull out his ass?
They do look like the same pattern.
Therefore, I assert that the disputed item must have been made in the kingdom of Kurain. Yeek, my placard!
Objection!
The Kurain channeling technique originated in the kingdom of Kurain. Amy Faye is known to have traveled there to train. With that in mind, what's to say she didn't bring that pattern back with her?
Objection!
Oh my gosh. But since this is clearly a Kurainese design, not even you can deny the possibility that it was made there in the kingdom of Kurain.
Objection!
Anything's possible to some extent. That doesn't make it true. So you can't conclude that the orb is from Kurain based solely on that pattern. If it were that simple, I could just as easily say it's Japanese. Why don't they bring another researcher? I'm saying they just want to see people fighting. Cause what? That's crazy. I can see some of the flavoring at the bottom.
I have to agree with Mr. Wright. The pattern alone proves nothing. But that also means that there is no basis to claim that the item in dispute was made in Japan, either. At this rate, we're going nowhere fast.
He's right. We're just spinning our wheels around here. Or wheels here. Blah, blah, blah. My gosh. I wonder if we have any evidence that could break this stalemate. Evidence that could break the stalemate. I don't think so. I can check. I don't think we have any. No, we don't have anything. Fuck. There doesn't seem to be anything we can use. At least, not at this point. Well, unless we can find something, this trial won't be going anywhere. Disgusting vermin. That's much better. What's his deal? I have a suggestion. Why don't we consider this from a different angle? I'm listening. What if the Defiant Dragons really were authorized to take possession of the relic?
I'm afraid I don't know where you're going with this, Mr. Wright.
Consider the orb transfer agreement, which states, I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. What if, as the last part suggests, this was written under duress? That would render the agreement null and void. What are you suggesting, Mr. Wright? While you were on your little cave expedition, I was investigating Dr. Buff's accident. And there was something you've overlooked, Mr. Justice. Namely, that his accident might have actually been a murder. Phoenix, I'm not going to talk to you ever again after this trial. Because it really seems like you're trying to get my dad thrown in jail, and which will lead to him actually just straight up being killed. Phoenix, like, this is actually crazy. This is actually insane behavior. And he knows that Dirk is the dad of Apollo, because we played as him when he went to the fucking Rebels hideout. Like, that's crazy! Oh my god! Phoenix, we need to jump you after this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me, Maya, Trucy said she doesn't want to get involved. Me, Maya, the judge, Dirk, we are jumping you. That's crazy. This is unacceptable behavior. This is insane behavior. Oh my god. What? Murder? Nah, you that too. Nah, he's still brainwashed. We gotta figure him out.
Mr. Wright, you do realize such statements are not to be made lightly. Are you suggesting the doctor was murdered by the Defiant Dragons?
Yes, but follow me on this for a second. The books that came tumbling down were from the archaeology shelf. However, among the mountain of books was a single volume on psychology. What's more, there was some blood on it. And you feel this is important because the books that came tumbling down were from the top shelf. The only book that had blood on it does not belong in that section. That's what gave it away, not the fact that clearly there should be blood anywhere else and there isn't. The archaeology books. We know this because the doctor's books were meticulously organized by subject. Archaeology took up the entire shelf, so that psychology book is completely out of place. Come to think of it, the shelves were arranged quite carefully. It's also worth noting that psychology books only take up a tiny part of the bottom shelf. You might wonder why a book on psychology was found amid the pile of archaeology books. But I believe I can explain what a single out-of-place book was doing there. The doctor was struck from behind while selecting a psychology book from the shelf. And that's when the blood got on the book? Precisely. And to make it look like an accident, he was buried under a mountain of archaeology books.
Objection!
Wait a second. This is all just speculation, right? Or do you have proof that it was murder? Of course I do. I'm Phoenix fucking Wright. You do? On a hunch, I had Detective Sky examine the doctor's head wound. She found that he'd been struck by the corner of some object or another. Wait, what? A wound like that couldn't have resulted from a fall to the floor, you know? Yeah, but we also know that very well politician could have been a part of this. I mean, he obviously was, because why would he add the if harmed part? You know what I mean? Clearly someone convinced him to add that. I need to draw Phoenix Wright again. This man is so fine. Oh my goodness. Do you understand what this means, Mr. Justice? The wound makes it crystal clear that Dr. Buff was murdered. What? Well, that was unexpected. I would have thought that we'd break out of the stalemate like this. Ooh. He pulled the ladder right from under us. Us? Athena, you have not helped at all yet. Like, I know your ass is about to do something super useful, but girl, you have not done shit yet. Us? You're just watching me get my ass beat right now. Oh my god. Still, if he thinks that's enough to make me back down, he's got another thing coming. Even if the cause of death was murder, what makes you think this was the Defiant Dragons? You should know better than to hurl baseless accusations!
Objection!
Did you forget who you were up against, Mr. Justice? You didn't actually think I'd come to court without witnesses and evidence, did you? What are you talking about?
I would like to request further testimony from the plaintiff. Specifically, I would like the court to hear how he saw one of the rebels leaving the crime scene.
Oh, Dats is going to jail again. Dats likes it though, so it's fine. This is nothing. But if Dirk gets involved, we're fucked.
If he can prove it was murder, that's the end of our client's rights to the orb. Did he have this up his sleeve the whole time? How could Mr. Wright do this to us? He was just waiting to spring this trap.
Motherfucker talking about some, it's just business, Apollo.
This trial has taken another unexpected turn. But I must mention, Mr. Wright, that you have yet to identify the murder weapon. The object used to commit the murder was not located at the scene of the crime. The murderer likely disposed of it somewhere else.
What's it called? People saying that he was OC in Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. I think people forget it's also been like 7 years, and he's been through a lot of shit. He is not gonna be the same person. Like, respectfully, if you pick up a game that you know is gonna be set in a future that's like 7 years from the last games, don't expect your characters to act the same, to be honest. Because there's a high chance they would not be the same. Like, he was a whole father. What were they expecting? He was not going to be the same person. Did that make me happy? No. But, you know. Nomi, what just fell? Don't worry, my hand's broken now. That's all you gotta know.
Well, I never thought we'd be deliberating the issue of murder in a civil trial. All right, Mr. Attition Wimberson, your testimony, if you please.
Prepare to be dazzled. Dazzled by a charismatic Wright forged in the crucible of campaign battles. I need this guy gone. Tie him up to 4 horses, each limb tied to 1 horse, and send them all in different directions. I need him gone. The way that actually happened, like, why would you do that to people? Oh my god. That is crazy. That is like, the motherfuckers in the past were getting a little too comfortable being creative, bro. Like, Jesus. You need him gone like I need Phoenix, man. Get in line. I'm in a day oneer, okay? Phoenix is a handsome man. I've known this for a long time. My hand isn't actually broken, though, to clarify, for those that sound very worried. I'm okay. That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought. I passed by the doctor's house, and that's when I saw Dr. Arbal. He was running out the front door. It was around 10 at night. Surely that must have been him, fleeing the scene of his crime. A vote for me is a vote to end such violence. That is my promise to you. It sounds like you saw it and then did nothing. Nothing of value, really. I don't know. Whatever, Joever.
Oh my gosh. So the plaintiff saw a possible suspect fleeing from the doctor's residence and was within the window of the estimated time of death? That's a rebel. What in the world were you doing there then? Oh my god! It seems Mr. Rebel was loitering about Korean Village that day. There's evidence he was in the doctor's study as well. Isn't that right, Mr. Justice? You mean that suitcase? Exactly. He must have been in quite the rush to leave that behind. Oh, and by the way, Your Honor, Mr. Rebel just so happens to be sitting in the gallery today. Maybe let's snatch that motherfucker up. See, that's him trying to escape as we speak. Grab that bitch. I see what you're trying to do in the back there. Get his ass. Like, that's crazy. Guards! Phoenix said, guards, get him. Bro's name is That's. Bro's name is That's a Rebel. Because he's a rebel. His name is quite literally That's a Rebel. That is a rebel. That's a rebel. That's our rebel. Bailiff, don't let that man get away. Bailiff, kill him. Right, you backstabber. Why are you doing this to me? Bro. Oh my god. Alright. The counsel/defense may question the plaintiff/witness once more. Please proceed, Mr. Justice. Even the judge weirded out, bro. Good. I don't know what the fuck going on. People committing crime every day in this neighborhood, bro. They're gonna get me. I get to go to the mall tomorrow, guys. I'm so excited. It's like one of the biggest malls in America. I'm so excited. I went there before. I think I told you about it last time I went to it. I'm so excited. We're gonna get a Japanese barbecue. But there's gonna be a giant storm, so we're gonna get lunch so that we're not out too late when the storm begins. Okay.
Hold it!
Let's question this. Where exactly were you when you saw Mr. Rebel? Aribal. That's what I'm gonna say. Aribal. Aribal. That's probably how it's supposed to be pronounced. They are crazy as fuck. Because I think it's actually insane that they tried to view this as like something like ethnic. And then they went above and beyond to make every name a fucking pun from that place. Like, that's crazy. The only ones I haven't really seen a pun with are Dirk and Nayuda. Like, Albie, who was our, Albie was supposed to be, like, our guide and, like, Maya's friend. So he's like a known, like, tourist guide or whatever. His name is literally, I'll be your guide. I'll be your guide. Your guide is his last name. I'll be your guide. Right there, under this tree. I saw him dashing out of Dr. Buff's front door. And he didn't notice you? No, I was hidden by the tree. Is it really all that important to know where the plaintiff saw Mr. Arbal? Yes, it is. Why the fuck would it not be? Yes, I believe it matters a lot. I ask that it please be added to the witness's testimony. No, because Apollo had to lock the fuck in the second he started accusing his family members of murder. That's crazy. What's it called? Hold on, I have a gift for this. I have no clue where it is. Oh my god, I've been saving so many gifts. I don't even know where it is. I forgot I had this. Let me put that there real quick. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's continue. Okay, I was under this tree. Not autoplay, I meant to press it. He was running out the front door. Okay.
Hold it!
Did you notice anything unusual? Yes, his behavior was incredibly suspicious. His eyes were darting all around as he ran off in total panic. As soon as I saw that, I knew he had done something, and it probably wasn't good. Why haven't we discussed the fact that very clearly he would have seen the doctor in front of the window? Why haven't we discussed this? Whatever that means. Fuck. Let's see. Despite that, you still didn't report it to the police? Who would have thought he had killed Dr. Buff? Not me. That's why I didn't report him. No, you would have saw the victim's body. So the witness didn't notify the police. Is that an important statement, Mr. Justice? Yeah, because you would have seen the body in the window. Yes, it is important. I request the witness add it to his testimony. Sure, why not? I had no idea that Dr. Buff was dead. That's why I didn't call the police.
Objection!
Mr. Attition Whipperson, rather than Mr. Arbal, wasn't there someone else that should have had your undivided attention? Like what? Oh, yes, of course. A politician must also keep his finger on the electorate. Sorry, but you're way off. I am? Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice? If the witness saw Mr. Arbel from his position here, then he should have also been able to see the doctor's body. After all, it was right next to a huge window. I believe you have a point there. With the body that clearly visible to the witness, it's unthinkable he wouldn't have reported it to the police. Ugh. Would the witness care to respond? Bro does not gaff. He said if I pretend to sleep, then maybe they'll leave me alone. Did he fall asleep? Mr. Additional Wimperson? Mr. Additional Wimperson! There are many sides to any issue. What did I ever do to deserve this? In any case, I'd like the court to acknowledge the inconsistency in the witness's testimony. Mr. Attention Wimperson, did you really see Mr. Arbel? Bao? Yes.
Hold it!
What the fuck? What? Where do you think you're going? Yeah, I thought I'd return to my seat, seeing as I had already answered the question. This isn't some small town hall debate. So, you just stay right there until I say we're through. Tell him. I'll have to run that by my campaign manager before
Objection!
I don't give a fuck! Mr. Attention Wimperson, I think it's time for you to come clean. So then, does this mean he didn't see Mr. Arbel? As your lawyer, Mr. Attention Wimperson, I advise you divulge the matter we discussed. Silence is no longer an option. Are you sure about this? I am in the midst of running for office. I can't afford to let any strange rumors get out. Don't worry, you won't suffer any blowback for what you're about to reveal. Blowback? I'm not sure I like the sound of that, Mr. Wright. Not to worry, Your Honor. Nothing untoward will come of this. I promise. Now then, Mr. Justice. Remember how it was an anonymous caller that reported the doctor's death? Come to think of it... God, it's him. What, bro? What kind of name is Wimperson? And a very fucking ugly one, I'll tell you that. Ugh. Emma, who was the first one to discover the body? Also, oh my gosh, hi. I saw your Jinx art earlier. That was so awesome. I don't know if you're still in here. About that. Whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. What? It happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police. Why would the politician not want to get involved with the police? Why would he not want to cooperate with the police clearly and smoothly and, like, amazingly? Like, hello? Whatever, unless he was doing something shady. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
I'm back. I'm back. Hello, everyone. Hey. Yo, when I was gone, tell me how Susie sent me this fine-ass man. Go on his account, he's just eating Taco Bell. That's what I was watching the whole time. He was just devouring some Taco Bell. Okay. I have to make more potion. It's time. Hi. We're running low. What did I miss? I didn't even launch. We are going up against Phoenix. Womp. Phoenix is kind of beating our ass a little bit right now. Womp. But we're gonna make a comeback. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna make a comeback. This is so easy. Who's with me? Say it with me. This is so easy. This is so easy peasy. Hi. Hold on. I gotta mix my drink. Pills and potions. And then I have to add a little more water, or it's gonna be too sweet. Okay. We're good. We're good. Let's get going. Wait, you're not saying that. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The anonymous source who contacted the police after discovering the body was my client, Mr. Politician Wimperson. What? You don't say. So you see, he played his part as a concerned citizen, quite admirably, if I may say so. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. In our society today, there are too many who choose indifference over righteous action. But I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as a concerned citizen. One might call me the model citizen. One worthy of standing above the rest. What a real standard bearer he is. Reporting it anonymously. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Justice, wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when my client discovered the body? The kid. Or are they talking about our ball? Oh, you mean Mr. Rabal? He would have been leaving the doctor's house right around then. Wait, that means... Yes, it does. In short, what my client witnessed was Mr. Rabal fleeing the scene of a heinous crime or murder. And that's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Rabal looked exceedingly suspicious. And that's putting it mildly. No, I think that motherfucker is just a little racist, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's profiling people. Clearly. We already know the Defiant Dragons threatened the Doctor with bodily harm. We don't know that. Now that they've killed him, the so-called orb transfer agreement is null and void. Apollo, if we don't come up with some sort of counter-argument... And what sort of evidence do you have? Can you actually prove that it was Mr. Rabal who killed the Doctor? That move had desperate written all over it. It's all I've got! So I'm going with it. Evidence? I suppose it's true that I don't have any. I knew it! But I do have another witness. You do? You should know. I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice. And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Rabal's guilt. You want me dead, Phoenix? You really do. Because I'm sorry, like, Phoenix, you could have warned me that you were gonna do this. Oh, but it's business, Nomi. It's business. I think someone who is such a father figure, such a father figure to Apollo, the least he could have done is been like, hey, this is gonna take a very serious turn. At least! Like, that's crazy! Not, like, gave him all the information, but been like, you might want to prepare yourself for a very serious trial. Nothing? Golly! He was like, I'm taking the kid gloves off. He thought he was coming in for claims court. What the fuck going on? There's being professional, there's being whatever this is. Because no matter how professional you are, that is still, like, one of the kids that looks up to you, bro. That is a young man that you took under your wing. Mind you, your daughter is his sister. They don't know that, but you know that. So very clearly, in your eyes, that's kind of like your other kid, bro. Phoenix did not gaff. Phoenix said, get fucked, kid. Welcome to the real world, baby. Infant. And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Abal's guilt. A new witness? I wonder who it could be.
Very well. Bailiff, please summon our new witness. And the fucking judge is sitting there like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. This ain't like your fucking son, man. Like, you're his mentor. What the fuck is your problem? In the meantime, the court will take a brief recess. I would like both sides to use this time to prepare properly. Understood.
If I was Apollo, me preparing would be me sitting on the couch, hands, like, rubbing my temples, like, my elbows resting on my fucking knees, hunched over. I'd just be sitting there like, oh, God, fuck. Oh, my fucking... Be like, Apollo, are you okay? Be like, oh, fuck. Oh, my fucking God. This would be so awful. I would be trying so hard not to have a fucking panic attack. This is crazy. Because already going to court is so dangerous for Dirk. To add this extra layer to it is insane. Wow, I knew Mr. Wright would put up a tough fight, but... Yeah, just when I thought we had him, he turned the tables on us. He really is the turnabout terror. We can't let him blindside us again. Looks like they got me again. 3 times in 1 year. That's a new record. Dads are gonna go to jail. They're probably gonna stab you in jail. I'm so serious. They do not fuck around in American jail. Like, you're kicking. You're like, oh, well, they have a heater here at least. Dads, they're going to stab you in jail. Like, you are going to get shanked. Like, this is not a joke. Dads, please. Dads, please. No more new records. Or bad puns while you're at it. His whole life is a bad pun, bro. His name is That's Our Rebel. It's hard enough trying to help you as it is. Roger that. I'll be more careful next time. That is what Mr. Wright said true. Did you really pay a visit to Dr. Buff that night? Sure did. Can't remember the exact time, though. All I know is he wouldn't hand over the orb. Someone put it in his head that we rebels are dangerous. That's why he threw me out. So the doctor was still alive when Dads last saw him. That's why there was no body for him to fucking talk about or report or anything. Hi, hello. We still have to prove it, though. You better brace yourself, son. The next witness's testimony could make or break this case. Yeah, I know. Hey, where's Trucy? Trucy said, fuck y'all. She said, I'm gonna go hang out with Daddy. This is fucking crazy. I'm gonna go hang out with my dad, okay? Bye, Apollo. Like, I can't even blame her. Like, that's her dad. Oh my god. Hey, where's Trucy? She went to go see her dad. Yeah. Maybe she's still mad. At who? Phoenix is the reason. Whatever. More like worried. Worried that this trial will create a rift between you two. And that you might want to leave the agency. Ha ha ha. She has an active imagination.
Excuse me. The trial will be resuming shortly.
Well, let's go see what new testimony awaits us.
Apollo should leave and join the Dragons. I mean, if Phoenix fucks them over enough, he might have to, because they're gonna have to do so much work. If they don't win this, they're fucked. Why are we on the prosecutor's side instead of Phoenix? That's crazy. Whatever. Alright, court is back in session. Mr. Wright, you said you had a witness?
Hi. Your Honor, I would like to call the lone survivor of the doctor's murder to the stand. Wait. He can't mean that Sarge is here? You mean Dr. Buff's reclusive son? How did you get him to cooperate? Nothing a little persuasion couldn't handle. The poor child only agreed to help if it meant catching the killer. Getting a kill like that to overcome his fear. Now that's impressive.
I wonder if it's gonna actually be him or the drone. I kinda wanna see what he looks like. I need to know how young he is.
This must be really important testimony for the kid to come out in public like this.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please call your witness to the stand.
Is it gonna be the drone? Well, it's gonna be the drone.
Yeah. Oh my!
Sergeant Buff at your service, sir.
He's here as the drone. Really?
Mr. Wright, what exactly is the meaning of this?
Past trauma has rendered it impossible for the witness to venture into public. Leaving home was hard enough. It seems leaving the witness lobby was just too much. Oh, he is here! He just couldn't... Oh, okay. That's crazy. They got him outside? I would still like to continue with testimony delivered via this drone.
I understand it must be terrible to lose one's father like that. But testimony via a remote-controlled toy? Well, let's take things for a spin and see how it goes.
Just who's piloting this trial anyway? The judge sure warmed up to the idea fast. I think the phrase you're looking for is gave up.
You disappointed me. You disappoint me, Corporal. You just... Oh my God! Ugh! Defending the man who killed Papa? That's full-on treason, soldier! I hereby demote you back to private.
Corporal, private? What's he talking about, Apollo? It's a long story.
Now then, are you ready to testify, youngster?
Locked and loaded, sir. Ready to rain lead down upon the perpetrator.
Hey, so if you thought your dad got murdered, why the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
I wonder if we're gonna see him as a person. What's that called? Is it also confirmed that this is a boy? Like, I know this, it's random, but like, did we ever actually confirm this? Or did we just go, oh, military? Gotta be a guy.
Papa met with someone that night he died. I didn't have eyes on the ground, as I'd already mounted my siege defense, but I did hear him arguing with someone in his study. From my window, I saw the one designated Dats getting ejected from the premises. After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time. He must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it!
Couldn't you have been watching? Am I crazy? So he was thrown out, but later returned and committed the murder, did he?
Yes, Your Honor. So the man my client saw, it really must have been the fleeing Mr. Rabal.
Objection! Right, you backstabbing no good. I didn't kill anyone. That's the enemy. Ready all missiles and fly!
God!
Sarge said, kill him! Kill him now! Capitalist pig.
Ooh, Sarge, political.
I'll turn you into pork stroganoff. And that's just a taste of my ultimate anti-swine weapon. Whoa, it fires missiles too? That's gotta be a rough shot. That's gotta hurt.
Yes, well, the witness is all yours, Mr. Justice.
Objection!
Sarge, are you hiding something from me?
How dare you question your superior officer like that? You want to get into the Stroganoff action with Pig Boy over there, soldier?
Sorry, but I'm afraid lawyers are missile-proof.
What?
Would the defense care to explain?
It's simple, Your Honor. Just as he is able to see what was happening in the court right now, Sarge was able to see what was happening in the study then. With his cherished drone, of course.
Ah, now that you mention it.
No, it's got to be a boy, because at this point, why would you not correct anybody? You just don't gaff? Is it safer that way to have your identity hidden? Maybe, I don't know. These characters are weird like that. Anyways, here's my spit cup being shaken again. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back.
Hello, everybody. I'm back.
To think the answer was right before our eyes this whole time.
Sarge, you were perfectly capable of patrolling the study that night. So you must have seen something.
Ah!
Ew.
I'm it. What's the strange new weaponry you're using against me?
Courtroom warriors don't use guns or missiles, because evidence is our weapon of choice. And evidence has exposed your bald-faced lie. My truth bomb, Sarge, has stripped your defenses bare.
Truth bomb? No! Ah! Mayday, mayday, I'm going down!
Ooh! The drone just died? Is it gonna come back? Oh my gosh.
Oh my, are you alright?
Evident. Never have I seen such fearsome ordnance.
Tell it to us straight, Sarge. After all, you want to help your father, don't you?
Papa.
Yes. You want to find out who killed him, don't you? Did they clarify how old this baby is? Little baby? I feel bad. I feel bad now for being mean. Age question mark. I know the first number is either 1 or there's only one number. That's crazy. So please, tell us what you saw that night. If he's a grown man, I'm gonna be so scared.
It's not what you think. I didn't see anything. I swear.
You sure? You seem awfully stressed for someone who didn't see anything. Look away! Hey! Sarge, you need to answer my question.
Shut your pie hole, maggot! It'll be a scorching day in Siberia before a lowly private like you orders me around.
What's with him in Siberia, of all places? But if a scorching day is what it'll take, then maybe it's time to turn up the heat. Hey, Athena, you think a therapy session might help? Well, it could help to alleviate some of his anxiety. Plus, I'm picking up on a lot of discord in Sarge's voice. That usually means that the patient wants to say something, but can't for some reason. Bro's traumatized. Definitely saw something. And in Sarge's case, I imagine whatever's plaguing him is pretty severe. In that case, I'll leave it to you and your mood matrix magic. You got it. Your Honor, I believe I can be of help here.
Time for a therapy session, is it, Miss Sykes?
Yes. It will help the witness with his anxiety. Maybe enough, even enough to testify.
Then, by all means, please bring the poor child out into the light of day.
Thank you for the rose, I appreciate it, X.
But I assume this will be alright with you, Mr. Wright.
Why not? It's not like we all haven't been through this before.
What are you butting in for, lady? There ain't a place on this battlefield for you.
I beg to differ, Sarge. This G.I. Jane's always ready for a fight in the courtroom. And wait until you see what I've got in my arsenal. Analytical psychology. With it, I'm gonna blow a big ol' hole in the armor you've built around your heart.
First evidence, now analytical psychology. Where are these WMDs coming from? Well, if it's the battle you want, Bring it on! You may have started this war, but I'm gonna end it! Corpse Woman Sykes!
Ooh. You got it, Sarge. Time to seek out the agony buried deep in your heart.
Brace yourself. I stayed in my room that evening.
Let's see.
I heard Dets and Papa arguing with each other. Dets got kicked out, but I still saw him hanging around outside. I was in my room, so I didn't know Papa was dead until the next day.
Why are you not that surprised? Yeah, look, see how surprised he is? And not that surprised after.
Got it!
That's strange. You reacted with shock when you discovered your father's body. Yet you weren't nearly as shocked then as when you saw Mr. Rabal. Normally, you'd expect the death of one's father to be much more impactful.
Enemy fire! Directed!
That is strange. I wonder what that can mean. Well, we know he wasn't as affected by his father's death as he should have been. And I think I know why. No? Sarge, you weren't as shocked at seeing your father's body as seeing Mr. Rabal, because... You already seen his body. Sarge, maybe the truth is, you left your room that night. And that's when you saw it. Your father's body.
I saw no such thing!
Really? You didn't see his body? Alright then. Then what did you see? Look, Apollo! We've lost some noise! So, just as I suspected, you really did see something. Sarge, please! Tell us what you saw.
Oh, but... The moment I saw it, I couldn't bear it. I could stand to lose yet another loved one.
Huh? Am I missing something here? Is that why you weren't very shocked when you found out your father was dead? Because you already sensed that he was goner somehow?
Maybe.
Please, Sarge. What was it you saw on the night of your father's murder?
I saw...
Oh, whoa! What's happening? I don't like where this is going.
Yeah! No more! No more, please!
Ooh.
Well, nope. It took Widget! What the fuck?
Hostage?
I've confiscated your little toy! The battlefield has no place for unauthorized equipment.
Widget! Apollo, I can't continue the session without him! If somebody don't go beat that little kid's ass in the fucking witness room, I ain't forget. Acting like we can't go get you and jump you. Piss me off bad.
Calm yourself this instant, witness. I hereby order you to submit to your therapy session. What in the blazes?
That's crazy!
Look at me. I'm judge, jury, and executioner now. I hereby convene a military tribunal.
Hello, just pull out another one. You only got one? Fuck. Oh, whoa. This has gone way too far. Bailiff, arrest this drone this instant!
Oh my god!
He shot the fuck out of the bailiff! If we don't come quietly, fire!
Push it back right now.
Man, too bad they couldn't animate this, right? Crazy.
Finally got him back.
Nice work. Apollo, did you not fucking help her at all? This witness is truly a handful.
2, 3, 4.
Miss Sykes, what's the witness's current psychological state?
Let's see. He's emotionally all over the map.
So his out-of-control emotions are in control of him? Huh. Does that mean we can calm him down if we can figure out the root cause?
Yes. So let's see what we can find.
Sarge, can you hear me?
Is that you, corpse woman Sykes? I'm here. Now, I want you to take a few deep breaths. Try to relax. Try it with me. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Out.
And now, let your emotions take you where they will. Go on. Just let it all out.
Oh! All forces attack!
That's the least relaxing breathing exercise I've ever seen. Okay, Jesus.
So I left my room, but suddenly I got dizzy and passed out. I remember a lighting up the room, and Papa grinning with delight. That's when he must have been killed. If only he hadn't passed out.
Yeah, it's definitely the flame. That's what got him.
Got it!
That's it! Sarge, you were overcome with shock and fear when you saw those flames, weren't you?
Was I?
Yes. Just 6 months ago, you and your mother were caught up in the arsonist blaze. So it's no wonder you would be extremely scared of fire.
Yes, that does make sense. And maybe, just maybe,
Your subconscious fear of fire is what caused you to withdraw from the world?
what do you mean, corpse woman Sykes?
In the outside world, you were bound to come across all sorts of fire. Candles, cigarettes, heck, even the grill at the diner. Even if it's not that often, just the idea that you might see them grew bigger and bigger until you couldn't shut it out.
I think you might be onto something. Candles, cigarettes, just thinking about them sends a chill down my spine. things I take for granted. Now I see. I was afraid. Afraid of the fire. Strange, I didn't even realize it myself.
About that fire, Sarge. Can you tell me what was burning? Apollo's like, can't be me. Despite having the same backstory with his dad. Oh my god. Just stay calm, and maybe something will come to you. Apollo was a baby, he can't remember. This motherfucker sound like a baby too. It's just fresher. Apollo did not gaffe. Apollo said, thanks for the ride out of the flames, chump. Moved on. Thanks for getting me out of there, chump. Peace out.
I'm starting to remember. It was that relic. That relic Papa was studying. It was on fire.
Ooh. The orb was on fire?
It's still kind of fuzzy. But yes, the orb was burning right in front of Papa. And there, in the flames, was Mama? Yes! Now I remember! I saw Mama appear amid the dancing flames!
Oh. Oh my god! That's crazy! She said, ah! Sarge was like, Papa, what's going on? Why are you arguing? And he looks over, he sees fucking fire. He starts hallucinating his fucking mother. His mother in the fucking flames, like, ah! Immediately knocked the fuck out. Got dizzy, had to leave. That is crazy. Oh my god. What's going on here? Maybe it's a memory from the fire that killed his mother. He might be confusing it with what really happened when his father died. So let me guess. More therapy? Yep. And this time it seems there is an inconsistency in his statements. I think we should be able to prove it with the evidence at hand. I hope this inconsistency is the key to proving the relic really is the founder. If the founder's orb was still with him, he would have... If the founder orb was still with him, he still needed to put it down in that cave, meaning that he couldn't have died during that moment. Meaning Dads couldn't possibly have been the killer. To proving that the relic really is the founder's orb. That's what Papa must have been killed, if only I hadn't passed out. Stupid! I don't think so.
Objection!
Wrong forehead. Don't blame yourself, Sarge. After all, even if you hadn't passed out, the outcome would have been the same.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the time of death. Your father wasn't killed after you left your room.
What? Explain yourself at once, Private Justice!
You said you saw your father burning the orb, right? But that night, we went out to But that night, he went out to hide it in the cave. So what you saw, Sarge,
was something that happened before your father left to hide the orb.
Ah,
So you see, Darman asks, so you see, you didn't pass out right before he was killed. You passed out right before he left for the cave, to hide the orb in the ruins within. So, even if I hadn't passed out... That's right. The outcome would have been exactly the same. That's because your father, Dr. Buff, was killed after he returned from the ruins. And therefore, Sarge, there's no need for you to blame yourself.
oh, I see. Private Justice, can you really say I bear no blame in this?
Why do you ask?
Because the truth is, if I hadn't engaged in my siege defense, Papa would still be alive.
Sarge,
Papa wished nothing more than for me to lead a happy, healthy life. That's why he quit his job and moved us out, away from the big city. And even then, I didn't have the courage to set foot into the outside world. And in the end, I failed to make Papa's wish come true.
Sarge?
If you want to make your father's wish come true, if that's what you really want, then who's to say it's too late? Why don't you take the first step now?
Get out here, girly! Come on!
My first step?
That's right. You can cast off all your regret. You can stop standing still and start moving forward. You have the power within you. I know from experience. I know what it's like to feel like you do. But only you can decide to take that first step. If you don't change your tactics now, Sarge, the victory you seek in the war you're waging will always lie beyond your grasp.
I think I understand now. I've made up my mind. As of this moment, I will suspend my siege defense indefinitely.
Ooh! Indefinitely? Oh my god. Oh! Oh, she's a little girl. Huh?
Sergeant Buff, reporting for duty.
What? I thought you were a guy! You're definitely not the gruff drill sergeant I envisioned.
Well, my mama was in the Russian army.
I was just as shocked, but it certainly explained a few things when I found out, too. May I introduce you to Miss Army Buff? Age 12. 12. Oy. No way. Who helped her get down all them damn stairs? There are no accommodations in here. Who helped her?
Careful, soldier. Don't forget I could blow you away in a moment's notice.
She's just too cute. So, have you always been in a wheelchair, Sarge? Apollo, you can't just ask that.
Negative. Only since I was injured. In the fire.
Thanks for bringing that up, dick. Like, oh my god. Your voice sounds awfully different from before.
My drone features a voice modulation device. It's just one of my army's many technological marvels.
Well, you fooled me. I thought some 20-something military fanatic was at the controls.
If it's all the same to you, troops, I'd like to continue my testimony. I just remembered something. And it's as crisp and clear as a trumpet at roll call.
What did you remember?
It wasn't my mother who appeared in the burning orb. It was some lady Papa showed me a picture of a long time ago. He said it was the Holy Mother, the founder of Qur'anism. She appeared right there, right in the burning orb.
What did you just say? Yeah, you're fried now, Phoenix. That's why he set it ablaze. I guess that was the next step.
The Holy Mother of Qur'anism was in the burning orb? What does that even mean? I have a bad feeling about this. Could it be?
Could this explain what Sarge means by the Holy Mother appearing in the burning orb? Oh my gosh. Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire. Only then shall the Holy Mother return. He took that shit literally. They meant that for real. They said, set that bitch ablaze. That's crazy. I'll be right back, everybody. Again. I know, again. I'm also gonna clear out my spit bottle, so, you know, for old time's sake.
I've returned. So many of you have left. Impatient. Damn. Can't even empty my spit cup. Shit. Where was I? Yeah, it's this.
Take that!
Dr. Puff's research notes? What do they have to do with this? Look at this. The burning orb, the appearance of the founder. This part points to both.
Take that!
And there's a legend about the orb involving a mysterious riddle. This song, in turn, is said to contain the key to solving it. If the legend is true, then I believe the answer lies in this part of the song. Offer thy prayer as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return. Well, anyone see where I'm going with this? Prayer as fervent as fire. Yeah! You're supposed to set the orb on fire? And the whole stanza seems to suggest that the founder will appear if the orb is set on fire. Wait. So the doctor, he... Yet, who the fuck's screaming outside? Golly. Yes, Athena. He'd solved the riddle. He solved the ancient riddle of the Founder's Orb. Oh my. Yeah, so no more of that. No more of that. It could have been his orb. Get that bitch out the fucking courtroom. Don't let him come back either. May you never be elected anything in your life, you failure. Shit.
Papa was a great archaeologist. So I believe in him. And I want to believe. I want to believe he achieved his longtime dream of solving that riddle before he died.
Well, we won't know for sure until we try it for ourselves.
Yes. Do it, Private Justice. Please. I want to see what Papa was searching for with my own eyes.
Objection!
The plaintiff must object to this.
Objection!
The plaintiff will stand down and be quiet!
Objection!
You don't have the right to set a precious relic like that on fire!
Objection!
Oh, but I do. All I needed was the Sergeant's permission. Since we still don't know if this treasure is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Amy Faye, all ownership rights the Doctor had now belong to his daughter. Therefore, you have absolutely no right to stop us! Very well, Mr. Justice. But I never thought I'd be saying this, but may burn the evidence. Alright, here we go. Bro's shaking. Can barely hold the lighter. Look at that. Lighter not even moving. Look! Apollo! The inside of the orb! There's something in there. Ooh. It's like wax or something on the inside. Dirk, isn't she? Their garb leaves no room for doubt. It's the Founder herself. Face and all.
don't understand. The greatest of taboos in Quranism is the depiction of the founder's face. Yet here it is, hidden within this orb.
That's also why they don't want the orb out like that.
Sorry, Mr. Wright. And as you can see, the issue is crystal clear. This figure is the Holy Mother, founder of Quranism. Based on that, this must be none other than the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
Be that as that may, Mr. Rabal still may have killed that doctor. If so, it would render the orb transfer agreement null and void. Don't play dumb, Mr. Wright. The truth of the matter has already been proven. Mr. Buff wasn't killed right after Sarge saw Mr. Arbel. It happened after the doctor came back from hiding the orb. And you've no proof that Mr. Arbel was still around at that time. Your claim that the Defiant Dragons were behind the crime doesn't hold water. And that means the orb transfer agreement is still perfectly valid. Admit it, Mr. Wright. I just burned your whole case to the ground. Oh. No! Absolutely no swagger in the way he stands. Oh my god. I won? I actually won? Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? Respond? I don't think so. Wait, did we just win? Did we actually beat the Turnabout Terror? You're amazing, Apollo! Don't just stand there, right? Do something! Well... I don't think there's any digging out of this hole. Mr. Attition Wimperson. I think it's time for your concession speech. I have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the Founder's Orb. Facts don't lie, but you obviously do. How's that for a campaign slogan? Why, you contemptuous peasant? You calling people peasants? That is not gonna look good. I think this is a good time to wrap up this trial. If both parties have no further objections, I will render my verdict.
No objections here, Your Honor.
Here he go. You can't do this. The crystal is mine. I'll lose the election if I lose that crystal. I'm sorry, but there's really nothing more I can do. You haven't forgotten about our little chat, have you?
Ooh, Phoenix, please let this turn out that there's some shit going on with you. Oh my gosh.
What's going on here?
Objection!
Your Honor, I object to the defense's last claim. What? I don't believe they have truly proven that the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I don't think even you could bluff your way out of this one. What possible argument could you have to claim that this isn't the Founder's Orb? About that. Oh, of course. He can't possibly have hit on something. The defense's assertion is incomplete, and this is why. Their claim that this relic is the Founder's Orb is based on a legend that claims the Founder will return when the riddle is solved at last. Right, and that's what happened. The Founder was revealed for all to see. But Mr. Justice, what about the rest of the legend? Huh? According to the legend, once the Founder returned,
she would bestow spiritual power onto the person who solved the riddle. But wasn't that person literally just killed? Phoenix, come on. You're kidding, right? Well, Mr. Justice, do you feel great spiritual power coursing through your veins? Well, I mean, clearly it was already solved. Hello? No. But receiving pure spiritual powers and stuff, that's just all mystic mumbo-jumbo, right? Maybe so, but you're the one basing your claim on said legend. And what we saw here does not fully fulfill it, does it? No, but... Consequently, you cannot rightfully claim that this is the Founder's Orb. Here he goes sleeping in court. Someone mollywop him. Wake him up. What's gotten into him? Why is Mr. Wright doing this? It would appear that Mr. Wright has lost a few of his marbles. Frickin' freak. Oh my God. That couldn't be further from the truth, Your Honor. In any case, I believe this is a good time for a recess. Both sides will have 20 minutes to prepare. I ask that all arguments be ready by then. Now, and Mr. Wright, you'd do well to wash up and find your missing marbles by then, too. Tell him. Mr. Wright is sure acting funny. I mean, he's famous for going out on a limb, but that last assertion was just plain crazy. It's either a bluff or a Hail Mary. Either way, it doesn't make much sense.
Maybe there's something we're missing here. Although he seemed perfectly normal when we spoke earlier.
Paulo, I have a bad feeling about this. I'm going to go check up on him. What's going on with you, Mr. Wright?
Hey, Private Justice.
Sarge.
I forgot to mention something. On the night of Papa's murder, a strange thing happened.
No? But why are you only telling me about it now?
Well, I didn't say anything before because I thought Papa's death was an accident. But now that we know otherwise, I figured it might be important.
So why didn't you tell the other lawyer that brought you in? Whatever. There's still more to this case?
When I left my room and lost consciousness, I passed out right here.
That's right above the coffee bar.
But when I came to, someone was pushing my wheelchair.
What?
I was so scared I beat a hasty retreat. As fast as my wheels could take me.
Do you know who it was?
No, it was pitch black. Plus, I fled into my room so fast, I didn't even have a chance to turn on the lights.
Maybe it was your father.
No, he would have said something to me. Besides, I'd have known if it was him.
So then, it could have been your father's real killer?
My thoughts exactly.
But you didn't report this to the police?
It didn't even occur to me.
It's okay. You are obviously still upset, so don't beat yourself up over it. Hello. This could be really important information. I think the act of punishing Sarge's wheelchair could be part of pushing Sarge's wheelchair could be a part of some bigger scheme. It's hard to see why else the killer would have done such a thing.
For a second, I was like, Dirk, why are we punishing? Dirk said this was a big secret to keep. Beat the shit out of that kid. Get and punish that child.
I guess I should take her statement down as evidence. Welcome back, Athena.
Ooh.
What's with the long face? How'd it go with Mr. Wright? What should I... Athena?
Sorry.
Zoned out there for a sec. The recess is almost over, so let's go. What's that all about?
They truly said that they're about to. Right after this shit ends, they got cops outside. They're deporting this motherfucker right to his execution in Kurain. Like, they got motherfuckers ready for that shit immediately. Immediately. Oh my god.
All right, court is once again back in session. Now, there are Mr. Wright, about that last objection you raised.
We, the plaintiffs, still believe that the defense has yet to sufficiently prove its case. Oh my god, guys, I washed the fuck out of my spit cup. When I poured it out, I was like so grossed out. It was like really thick, clumpy water.
They claim that the orb, that according to the legend, the Founder's Orb would bestow spiritual power. Yet the relic in question has failed to do so. Therefore, it has failed its own test.
I see.
He's sticking with that ridiculous argument. Furthermore, even if it's the Founder's Orb, it can't be awarded to the Defiant Dragons. After all, they were the ones who killed Mr. Buff, Dr. Buff.
What are you talking about? That was already proven to be false. There are no grounds for asserting that the Defiant Dragons murdered the Doctor. Are they going to say it was Dirk instead?
No, but I'm afraid there are, Mr. Justice. Your Honor, I would like to present new testimony to this court.
Testimony that will show that Datsurbal did, in fact, kill Dr. Buff. What?
Very well. You may call your witness.
I guess Mr. Wright found another new angle. What new testimony could there be this late in the game?
Shoot him! Shoot him! Oh, sorry. Sorry. Fellow citizens, it is I, politician, the once and future representative of the people.
Jeez, not him again. My client divulged new information to me during the recess. He remembered something he saw. You see, something crucial to this case. How very convenient.
It was around 11 at night, and I was out on a mobile meet and greet around the village. That's when I saw Dr. Buff being murdered from outside his study window. Mr. Arbal snuck up from behind and struck him on the head. His weapon of choice? A suitcase.
A big, strong man like him could easily swing a heavy suitcase onto someone's head. You saw the murder as it happened? And you're just telling us now because... I saved the best for last. It's a tactic known to all political greats. The murder weapon was a complete mystery. But my client's eyewitness account has finally brought it into the light. Hey, maybe him knowing what the murder weapon is means that he did it, especially when he was refusing to simply say all of this the first time around. Hey, so if he knows what the actual murder weapon was, just saying. According to the autopsy report, Dr. Buff was struck in the head by a corner of some object. I suppose that could very well be the corner of a suitcase.
Objection!
But eyewitness testimony isn't the same as hard evidence. No, I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. What's that supposed to mean? We have physical evidence too. A luminol test revealed. Fuck! The doctor's blood on Mr. Arbel's suitcase. He easily could have taken advantage of the fact that Dats ran out. He pretty much chased him out, too, far away, when he had the fucking cops go after him. Really? But how does that prove Mr. Arbel used it as a weapon?
Objection!
You should know the answer to that, Mr. Justice. Since you know as well as I that the suitcase is covered in his fingerprints. I forgot we dusted it right in front of Emma!
It's time to lock in. Apollo, it's time to lock in.
The turnabout terror strikes again. This is quite convincing testimony and evidence. Nevertheless, you may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Justice. It was around 11 at night. Mr. Ball snuck up. How would he have done that?
Hold it!
Let's get some more info on that. He snuck up from behind? So you're saying the doctor never even realized Mr. Arbel was there? That's right. He was utterly absorbed in a book. I see. What did you see Mr. Arbel do next? He climbed up the bookshelf ladder and dumped a bunch of books down on the body. I believe he was trying to make it look like an accident. But that idiot didn't realize I could see everything from outside the window. One of those statements doesn't feel right. No. No! 'Cause, what's it called? Remember he needs reading glasses, so wouldn't he be reading at his desk? The doctor was reading a book at the time of the murder? That's vital testimony. Very well. The witness will please add that statement to his testimony. The doctor was standing in front of the bookshelves, absorbed in a book. I didn't mean to skip it. This one right here, where is it?
Objection!
The doctor was standing in front of the bookshelves, absorbed in a book, you say? I'm sorry, but it seems your testimony is completely unreliable. That's quite a bold statement. Well, let's hear you back it up. I challenge you to prove that I am anything but 100% reliable. We have multiple times. How about we talk about the fact that you tried to kill us?
That you pushed us down and tried to have us freaking killed. It would be my pleasure. Lately, it seems the doctor's eyes had gotten so bad he needed reading glasses. However, his reading glasses were over on his desk. So you see, there's no way he could have been reading in front of the bookshelves. I'm sorry, Mr. Addison Wimperson, but I'm going to have to ask you to explain this discrepancy to the voting public. You what? I'll explain it, you lowly cur. I simply made a mistake, you see. The doctor was actually sitting at his desk when Mr. Herbal hit him over the head. But then the doctor would have been facing him. Surely he would have seen him tried to run. Dr. Buff was nodding off. I could tell because his eyes were closed and he wasn't moving. Sounds more like what you would do. That sounds more like what you would do. How do you explain the fact he was struck at the back of his head? Isn't that something that should be impossible from the front of the desk? No, then how about that? He bowed his head when he nodded off. That's when he was clobbered. Then why did you say his eyes were closed? How would you see his eyes?
So that's what you saw. Well, Mr. Justice, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable explanation to me. Do you have a problem with the proposal that the doctor was struck while nodding off?
A big problem.
There is a problem. A very big problem. The witness statement doesn't hold up under the slightest bit of scrutiny.
Is that so? Then, will you please show this court what evidence you have to justify this?
Gladly, Your Honor. This shows the problem with the witness's claim that he saw the doctor nodding off. This shows a glaring problem with the witness statement. Oh, did I click the wrong one? Oh, fuck. See, the witness has passed out from the overwhelming power of my evidence.
Although I think I'm going to click the wrong one.
No, Mr. Justice. Your lackadaisical attempt to refute him, that is a crazy word. Your lackadaisical attempt to refute him put my client to sleep. That's all.
I feel a yawn coming on myself. Perhaps giving you this penalty will wake me up.
Fuck you! Surely there are better ways to stay awake, Your Honor. His old ass can't drink coffee or nothing, or it'll kill him immediately. Right. That's where I'll find the contradiction.
Now then, Mr. Justice, see that you avoid snooze-inducing answers in the future.
Okay, let's try again. Maybe it's this one. If that was the case, he would have never saw him because there's a bookshelf in the way.
Take that!
It has to be this one, right?
A diagram of the study?
Mr. Titian Wimperson allegedly viewed the murder from here. And the doctor was allegedly nodding off here. But from his vantage point, the bookcase would have blocked the witness's line of sight.
Yes, I believe you're right.
But...
Objection!
your ego. The fact remains, my client knew that the suitcase was the murder weapon. So he definitely has first-hand knowledge of the crime scene. Hey, Phoenix, let's put 2 and 2 together. Come on. If 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is...
Come on.
I'm afraid I have to agree with you there, Mr. Wright. But then, you have to ask yourselves, from what vantage point did he see the murder? What are you insinuating, Mr. Justice? From what vantage point could Mr. Attition Wimperson have seen the dozing doctor? Once we determine that, I believe we'll finally see the truth behind this incident. In here, buddy. I don't know where to exactly press, but it definitely isn't here.
Take that!
You've got to be kidding! But that's... It is indeed. But everything only makes sense if the witness was there in the study. Inside the study? But that's the scene of the crime! I know. Mr. Attition Wimperson, the man who claims to be a witness to the murder, was most certainly in that very room. Apollo, are you suggesting... Mr. Attition Wimperson! Weren't you the one who actually swung that suitcase? What you're proposing is ludicrous. My client is a small, thin man, whereas Mr. Abal has the musculature to pull it off. Musculature to pull it off. He has a point. I gave up trying to lift that thing after one go. That's right. He's the only one who could have lifted such a heavy object. Now, do you understand? The rebel Dats, Arbal, is the doctor's killer. As long as the suitcase is the murder weapon, the suspicion falls entirely on Dats. We're gonna have to do so much. I'm gonna pee. I'll be back again. I've been drinking so much liquid, it's going through me like crazy.
You'll have to poke a hole in Mr. Wright's argument somehow, Apollo. No, I will. And with his own technique, no less. If Mr. Attishon Wimperson couldn't swing the suitcase around, we'll just have to consider another way he could have used it as a murder weapon instead. I'm going to turn this case on its head, Mr. Wright. Just like you taught me. Didn't he move that little girl from upstairs? Maybe... There's coffee on the book. He was at the coffee bar. He wasn't at his bookshelf study area. Instead, he moved the girl from over on the left side there, where it's shown that she was. Then went on to drop the suitcase on his head. He was probably reading a book, maybe. Or at least held onto a book. While that was happening. There was a book in the area. So he then went on to, get blood on it, as well as coffee. That's the only explanation on why there's also coffee on the book. He probably dropped the suitcase from above. You talk big, Mr. Justice. But do you have what it takes?
Well, this should be interesting.
Mr. Attishon Wimperson's testimony has been filled with one inaccuracy after another. First, he stated that Dr. Buff was in front of the bookshelves. Now he claims that the doctor was sitting at his desk. So where was the victim really when he was killed? Also, where was his killer, and how was the murder weapon really used?
So the important thing here is the position of the victim and killer relative to each other.
Yes, Your Honor. If they were positioned in a certain way, it would be possible to use the suitcase as a weapon without lifting a finger. You can't mean... I would ask the court to recall the study's layout. It's quite distinctive, as you can see. Now, if Mr. Buff was sitting in a certain spot and his killer was at a certain other spot, the suitcase would have become a weapon anyone could use.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Where was Dr. Buff's killer at the time of the crime?
Take that!
There?
Oh, that's... This should wrap things up nice and pretty for you, Mr. Wright. I would ask the court to recall the study's layout. But this time, instead of thinking in 2 dimensions, let's think in 3. Only then can we clearly see the killer's method at work. The killer didn't have to swing the suitcase. If he used gravity to his advantage, that is. That's right. It was the plaintiff, one Paul Attishon Wimperson, who used the suitcase. He pushed it from the 2nd floor and sent it hurling down onto Dr. Buff, who was sitting at the coffee bar. All right, budget. Oh my goodness. The psychology book had been at the coffee bar, no doubt. The doctor must have set it down there after he finished reading it, or the like. But his blood got on it, which is why the killer thought to hide it in the mountain of books.
Objection!
That's quite an entertaining theory you have there, Mr. Justice. Burrow could have gotten away with murder if he just accepted the verdict. Well, he's a rich piece of shit, so... If you haven't noticed, politicians are some of the greediest fucking people in the world. He quite literally could not enjoy the idea of him simply not being a famous politician. He could not handle the idea of him not getting to be this thing anymore, even though he committed a literal murder. Instead of protecting himself, he chose to go further and was hoping for more. And now you know what's happened? Now your ass is going to jail and you're getting nothing. Like, that's crazy. Failure! Failure! That's quite an entertaining theory you have there, Mr. Justice. But there's no evidence that the murder took place at the coffee bar.
Wrong, forehead!
I'm not so sure about that, Mr. Wright. I'd say the evidence of the murder occurring at the coffee bar exists. The evidence does exist, and I'm going to show you. You are? This right here is proof that the murder took place at the coffee bar. I didn't mean to do that.
Get out of here!
Take that!
This brown stain was determined to be coffee. What's more, it was still damp when we saw it yesterday morning. Duh. One look at this book speaks volumes. I'm afraid, Mr. Wright. It tells us the doctor was having a cup of coffee at the coffee bar. That's when the suitcase came hurling down, striking him on the head, causing both his blood and his coffee to splatter on it. Well, Mr. Attention Wimperson? What motive could I have possibly had to kill Dr. Buff? And there it is. The final excuse cornered killers are so fond of. Well, the doctor never returned your crystal to you, did he? Instead, he hid it in the cave ruins. Telling him that the Defiant Dragons were a dangerous bunch was a huge blunder. All it did was make him hide the orb. Your lie came back to bite you in the end. Damn! My partner came into the room and just ate shit. Golly. Are you okay? Even worse, the doctor saw the news reports, so he knew the relic was the Founder's Orb. Being the consensuous researcher he was, he knew he had to return it to its rightful place. And that meant keeping it out of your hands. You were so angry that he refused to return the relic to you, that you killed him with your own hands. Isn't that right, Mr. Attention Wimperson? That is... Phoenix, I think we need to just end this with a fist fight, because I know your ass can't fight. So let's just wrap it up, bro. Enough is enough. We're fist fighting now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's it. Oh my god. Apollo. Don't. Please don't accuse my client of murder. Huh? What do you mean, don't accuse him? Why would you even say that, Mr. Wright? Oh my god, what is going on? What is happening in the background? Hello? What I meant was... he has a promising oh my god. What I meant was... he's a promising politician with a bright future ahead of him. It's in our nation's best interest to avoid burdening him with the taint of a scandal. Say what? Right. You better do something to change the current courtroom climate, or I'll be charged with murder.
And you won't like when I'm charged with murder.
And you know what will happen to her if that happens. Ooh. What's he talking about? Well, I can ponder that later. For now, Mr. Wright, you can't possibly believe that Mr. Abel is the killer. Are you really gonna send an innocent man to prison? I thought you were better than that. Well, Mr. Wright, answer me! Mr. Wright? What in the world's going on here? Athena, did y'all not think to fill me in? Like, what the fuck is going on? If you won't say anything, then... Mr. Titian Wimperson, the defense hereby... Apollo? Wait! Not you too, Athena. It's just... I wasn't sure whether I should say anything, but... During that last recess, when I went to check on Mr. Wright, I overheard something I shouldn't have. I trust Maya is unharmed. He has Maya hostage! I knew it was gonna be Maya. I knew it was gonna be fucking Maya. It's always Maya. It's always fucking Maya. Oh my god. What are you looking at? Get back on your phone. I trust Maya is unharmed. I can't really say, but just remember, if I'm arrested or fail to obtain the treasure, there will be consequences. Consequences of the worst kind, if you catch my drift. Ugh. Relax. All you have to do is ensure I get my hands on that relic. I must deliver it to my benefactor at all costs. What do they want that relic for anyway? It's something to do with an old legend. My patron seeks the greatest power said to be granted to whoever solves its secret. Maya? As in Maya Fey? Yes, the Buzz's legendary former assistant. Miss Fey's being held hostage? So it seems. Why didn't you tell me as soon as you heard this? Sorry, it's just Mr. Wright spotted me before I could slip away. Made me promise not to tell you. He said it would make things more difficult if you found out. As if things weren't already hard enough. Yeah. So that's why Mr. Wright was acting so strange. Bro is fucking sick and tired of this. I had no idea. This must have been excruciating for him. Think, Justice. There's gotta be something you can do. Did they not think that they could have planned a whole thing around this? Like, get the judge involved and everything? Maybe have a fake orb made? See if they could at least try to have a fake orb made? Like, hello? Mr. Justice, about that last statement of yours. I believe you're in the middle of accusing the plaintiff of murdering Dr. Buff? Would you care to continue? I'm sorry, Apollo. I'm really sorry. What's gotten into you two? If I accuse that slime bag, I put Miss Faye's life in jeopardy. Seems you finally caught on. Yeah, I'm far too important to be accused of murder. If you were far too important to be accused of murder, you wouldn't have had to kidnap a woman. Just saying, you clearly are not that important. How old are you, bro? 25? You look 30. Wow. This is what being evil does to y'all. Like, y'all look at this. Also, I just realized he kind of got inches on him, though. Like, his hair is tied up. I keep ignoring that part. That's crazy. If he let his hair down, it's going past his shoulders. That's crazy. I'm far too important to be accused of murder. After all, our nation's future rests squarely on my shoulders. Nobody was gonna vote for you, bro. I don't know why you keep saying this shit. Especially if Maya comes out after. Like, what was the plan? Because Phoenix, I need you to be so serious. He was gonna kill Maya either way. Because what happens? He frees Maya, and then what? Maya's just gonna tell everybody that he kidnapped her. With Phoenix on her side. So clearly, y'all were, like, fucked regardless. Either I give up, or... Once I present the crystal to my patron, my victory is assured. And then, one day, I'll become president. And then king. I'll have every politician at my command. Now, retract your accusation. I can't kowtow him. I can't kowtow to him, but the defense would like to retract the previous accusation. Dirk said, "Fuck no! I don't give a fuck about her." Hello? Apollo. Dirk said, "I do not care about this woman. Get me my fucking orb now." He does not care at all. He said, "Apollo, give me my fucking orb." Who the fuck? I don't care about Maya Fey. The fuck? Give me my fucking orb. Dirk? I don't know what's going on here, but a lawyer should never look the way you do right now, with defeat and resignation written all over your face.
A dragon never yields.
Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go until its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly into its prey till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get the truth. Dirk, a dragon never yields. He's right. It's all over if I give up now. Mr. Wright's hands are tied. It's up to me to do what must be done. He saved my neck so many times. Now, it's my turn to save his. Apollo, you need another brother. What about a sister? Because I got you. Dirk, thanks for that wake-up call. Now that's the face of a lawyer you've got there, son. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm gonna find the way to save Miss Fey, and see that justice is served. Yeah, no, bro's fried. This is the end for him. That scumbag is holding Miss Fey hostage to ensure he gets the orb for his patron. It seems said patron believes in the orb's legend. The thing is, the founder did appear when the orb was exposed to fire, just as the legend said. I mean, it's already been used, so it doesn't. If the legend is true, then we've already solved the riddle, right? No, not yet. The legend says the founder will bestow great spiritual power when she returns. But if that's true, it means we haven't solved the whole riddle yet. But how can that be? Are we missing something? Wait, maybe the part about the founder returning should be taken literally. But how would it be possible for a dead person to return to the world of the living? Channeling.
The founder can return through channeling. Oh, I know. There is a way for the dead to return. Spirit channeling. Of course, you'd have to know what the founder looks like first. That's why it's there, to show her face. But the orb has revealed her face to us. So, what if it's a sign that we should channel her? Given the facts, in order to solve the riddle and receive the founder's power, I'd need a spirit medium. A medium is needed to obtain the power. The ability of a medium to channel spirits is the final key to unlock the orb's secret. That means Mr. Attition Whipperson's patron will need one too. And once that slimy politician realizes that, he won't be able to lay a finger on Miss Fey. Everything's going to be okay, Mr. Wright. Because Mr. Politician Whimperson can't afford to harm a hair on Miss Fey's head. Mr. Attition Whimperson, it seems you've chosen the wrong person to take hostage. What do you mean? In front of everybody? This is like a confession. He's literally confiding that he freaking did it. Refilling my water, everybody. Pills and potions, share my word. Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Your patron seeks to solve the orb's riddle, and thereby receive great spiritual power. However, only Maya Fey can truly give them what they really want. She can? What do you mean, only Maya Fey? Think about the return of the founder, what the return of the founder really means. We should have considered it more literally. After all, the orb was made in the kingdom of Kurain, the birthplace of spirit mediums. Ah, I think I see now. You need to know what the deceased looks like in order to channel them. 1 second. You need to know what the deceased looks like in order to channel them. But in Quranism, depicting the face of the founder is taboo. However, her true face was hidden in the orb. So, maybe the orb is telling us to try channeling the founder. Exactly. Through a spirit medium, the founder can quite literally return. And if the legend is true, the founder just might bestow spiritual power on someone when she does. It's like when Pearls imbued my Magatama with spiritual power. If a human could be imbued with such power in a similar manner... It is said the founder possesses immense spiritual power. Such a great feat will not necessarily be beyond her. Wait a second. Then the legend is true? Do you understand now, Mr. Addition, Whimperson? You are holding hostage the final key to unlocking the orb's secret. And if anything were to happen to her, the riddle would remain unsolved forever. Ah! There's always Pearl Fey. I could simply ask her to help. If she wants money, I have plenty to offer. She's not the kind of person to be tempted by material gain. And she certainly wouldn't help you if anything were to happen to her cousin. Ugh.
Or maybe you'd like to go ask the Queen of Kurayan to channel the founder for you. You could, but you'd probably get executed for requesting such a thing. It's over. Now confess. You killed Dr. Buff, didn't you? It wasn't supposed to end this way. Mr. Attition Wimperson, are you admitting to committing the crime? He admitted to multiple crimes. Were you not listening, Judge? He literally admitted to kidnapping someone. He admitted to essentially doing the killing already by the way that he's blackmailing us. He just admitted, essentially, to kidnapping Maya Fey. He has not denied it once. Like, hello? The judge has his AirPods in. The judge would think AirPods are magic. Like, he would actually think it's witchcraft. He would throw whoever gave them to him in jail immediately for witchcraft. Like, it's not even a joke. I don't think he has AirPods in. I think he has so much old man earwax and hair that he cannot hear through it. He needs to get his ears cleaned professionally. You're my lawyer, right? Do something. It's true that I'm your lawyer, and as such, it's my job to defend you. However, defending my client isn't the only duty as a lawyer has. Ugh. There's something else that is equally as important, and that is finding the truth. What? Mr. Attition Wimperson, you have sought to twist the truth in the dirtiest of ways. I was complicit in your hostage-taking, but in a way, I was being held hostage too. Even so, there's still hope for me to make things right. I owe it all to you, Apollo. Mr. Wright? I can't allow a murderer to walk away scot-free. Therefore, Mr. Attition Wimperson, I must resign as your attorney. No! Does this mean I'm under arrest? No! Take his ass to jail. You know what? Don't even. Let's kill him right here and now. Who's with me? Who's with me? Yeah, let's get him. Let's get him. Get him. Yeah, you heard that? The gallery? They're all in for it. They're pulling their hammers out. Let it break. I need to see it smash apart. Well, I've nothing to confess. What? I said I've nothing to confess. I don't, and I won't. Especially not to a plebeian like you. This guy doesn't know when to give up. Besides, there's no truth to these allegations. I mean, look at the suitcase. You won't find a single print of mine on it. You know what we will find prints on, bitch? The wheelchair that you were pushing. All that means is you wiped them off, taking care to only leave Mr. Rebels. As many a great politician has said before me. No comment. In that case, try switching things up, Apollo. Look at the situation from a different angle. Is there really nothing that points to the suitcase being dropped from above? Evidence that points to the suitcase being dropped from the second floor. Yeah, we got it. The killer pushed the suitcase from the second floor hallway. It's literally the wheelchair that he had to move, because she was, like, unconscious there. That would place him right around here. Maybe. Just maybe. Thought of something, Apollo? I believe this piece of evidence to be connected to the dropping of the suitcase.
Take that!
That appears to be a statement, but how is that related to this case? On the night of the murder, Your Honor, Army Buff physically left her room. That is when she saw the doctor burning the orb, and subsequently passed out, right above the coffee bar. But, with her there in her wheelchair, the killer wouldn't have been able to drop the suitcase down to the doctor. Good point. However, according to Sarge, she woke up just as someone was trying to move her in her wheelchair. Ugh.
Someone was pushing my wheelchair.
What?
I was so scared. I beat a hasty retreat. As fast as my wheels could take me.
She must have been in the killer's way and had to have been moved. Isn't that right, Mr. Attition Wimperson? And if the killer had pushed the wheelchair with his bare hands, we may yet find the conclusive evidence we need. Exactly. Fortunately for us, the evidence slipped right through the killer's fingers. If only he had been able to hold on to it just a little tighter. But now, he is neither able to discard nor alter it. Honestly, that piece of evidence wasn't even supposed to be here in this courtroom today. And yet, it looks like sometimes things do get better. But this wasn't supposed to happen. No? Well, too bad. Because the evidence that sped away from you that night has come back to haunt you. Right here in this very trial. Your Honor, the defense's final piece of evidence is on this person. Come here, girlie. Oh my god. Okay. She's eating this picture. I love her character design. She reminds me of Maria from Sonic. That's... On the night of the murder, Sarge passed out. Only to come to and find that someone was pushing her wheelchair. And that's when she fled back into her room. She didn't physically see a soul after that. Not until Athena drew her out through that therapy session, that is. While the killer was able to wipe the prints on the suitcase off, the same can't be said for the prints that got away. My fellow Quiranians. Well, Mr. Politician Wimperson, try to explain your way out of this one. The podium is all yours. Speak up, bitch. We're waiting. All that talk that he had earlier, and now look at him. I am not a crook. The political career, it can't end like this. I'm designed for greatness. It's a dream, no, a nightmare. Oh. Huh? What? What? Really? They love it when you kill people. Hell yeah! Banzai! Banzai! This should have happened in real life. I mean, what? Wait, don't go! No, no, please! Grandpa! Mr. Attition Wimperson, are you alright? Please tell me he died. Bailiff, get him to the first aid station on the double! Well, this is yet another unexpected turn of events. In light of everything that's been revealed, it seems the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb. And it seems Mr. Politician Wimperson can be considered a suspect by Dr. Buff's murder. Not a suspect, he 100% did it. I don't know. Are y'all really gonna do a whole trial for him again? Like this wasn't a trial in its own? Apollo, I want to thank you for everything. Thanks to you, I didn't have to keep bending the truth. I don't know what I would have done without you. Don't mention it.
You were amazing, Apollo. You were amazing today, Apollo. Well, I couldn't have done it without Dirk.
A dragon never yields.
Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard, never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly onto its prey until the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get the truth.
A dragon never yields. Every lawyer should take that to heart. Hey, do you guys remember when I was like, oh my god, Dirk's so sexy, and then y'all would be in the chat like, don't ever speak to me again. You're actually all banned. All of you that did that. If you did it, you're fine. That was crazy. Every lawyer should take that to heart.
As it seems, both sides have no further objections. Would Dirk-san may he please take the stand?
Please don't arrest my father.
This court awards the orb to the Defiant Dragons per the stated transfer agreement.
Phoenix is not feeling it, bro.
Should the Kingdom of Kurain claim ownership, the matter may have to be deliberated in court all over again. I just hope, or shall I say pray, that I'm not the judge presiding over that one. Indeed, a trial like that might spark an international incident. Still, there are bigger and more momentous things astir in the air.
The revolution. Dirk's really serious about this.
This court is adjourned.
Oh,
Nice work, son. We've finally broken through the last obstacle on the road to revolution.
Revolution. It just doesn't seem real.
Yes, well, to think you actually defeated the fighting Phoenix. All I can say is, that's my boy!
Well, Mr. Wright did have his hands tied. Who knows if I'd won if he'd been able to fight me head on. I see it more like you saved Mr. Wright. Saved him? Yeah, remember what he said? He didn't have to bend the truth anymore. And it was all thanks to you. I don't know about that. Still, I guess it is kind of nice to be appreciated. Mr. Dirk? Now that the Holy Mother's face has been revealed, are you going to have a spirit medium trying to try channeling her? I, for one, would love to see the return of a legendary founder. Yeah, just think about it. Being able to speak to someone right out of the history books.
Unfortunately, it's not that easy.
What? Why?
The face isn't enough. You also need the true name of the one you're attempting to channel.
Oh, right. Pearl mentioned something like that.
The founder's true name is only known to the priestess who's been crowned queen. In short, the only living person who knows it is the current queen of Kurain, Garan.
I don't know, summon the other queen, the old queen. Hold on, I'll be right back, y'all. Again!
Hello, I'm back. I've returned. Hello, hello, hello.
In short, the only living person who knows it is the current queen of Quran.
Oh, so without her help, we won't be seeing the founder anytime soon? That's no fun. Hello. So, Dirk, what will you do now?
First, I'll start by tracing the route by which the orb came into Dr. Buff's hands.
Since we now know it was a politician that's asked the doctor to study it, isn't he the one who stole it?
No, a political nobody like him couldn't get anywhere near the orb, let alone steal it. He must have had inside help. My money is on someone connected to the royal family.
Oh, right. You said something to that effect back in the cave.
Whoever it may be, we need to expose their dirty scheme to the light of day.
The king, possibly? Well, I'm sure Mr. Wright has plenty of information courtesy of his dirty client. He might be able to shed some light on this. Private Justice!
Oh, that was fine work you did at the trial today. You did your sergeant proud.
Back at you, Sarge. Took real courage to leave your room like that.
It's all thanks to you and Corpsewoman Sykes. With my siege defense over, I can finally sally forth. But the battle's only just begun. One for me, and me alone to fight.
To lose your mother, and then your father. What a terrible thing to endure. Athena, where the fuck is your dad? Am I crazy? Did we ever discuss that? Where the fuck is your dad? Deadbeat. That's crazy. Yeah, being wheelchair bound doesn't help.
Private Justice. I've been thinking. It's about time I stood on my own 2 feet. After all, I no longer have Papa to coddle me.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Take a good look, soldier. This is one small step for man, and one giant leap for me. Hold my joint for me, will you, Private Justice?
Yes, sir. What is she up to? This would have been animated if they weren't cheaping out. And I mean like 2D animation, not this.
Whoa.
It's a miracle! Oh my gosh! She's standing? What's this? Sarge, you mean your legs there?
The doctor told me I was ready to walk again, walking in months ago. But if I admitted I could walk, I knew I'd have to leave the house. So, I faked it.
Oh my god! Makes sense, but
I kept pretending I couldn't walk. But I know Papa is watching over me now, and I'd hate to disappoint him.
I know her dad mad as fuck. What the fuck do you mean you missed so much school? Lying about that you couldn't fucking walk. Oh my god.
So, from this day forth, I'm going to march forward on my own 2 feet.
What a brave kid. Trying to move forward like this. But it must be so hard this soon after her father's death. Don't you ever stop. You just keep on walking, comrade. Stay brave, as there will be days when you'll want to stop. But I have faith you'll find a way to muster the strength to push through them. Yeah, you can do it.
Hey, Daddy's back.
He did not get Maya. Maya's still held captive. They got Maya chained up. They said, get the fuck out of here, bro. When he tried to pick him up. Mr. Wright! What's that look on his face for? Dude, Apollo. Is everything alright with Miss Faye? She's safe. For now. Well then, we better go save her. Quick! Where is she anyway? I'm afraid I have some bad news. Oh! Sorry, my bad. Oops. Huh? Maya's not here in the States. She's still in Kurain. And she's still being held hostage by the mastermind behind this whole thing. The mastermind? That's right. Politician Wimperson was nothing more than a pawn. Maya's true abductor is in the kingdom of Kurain. What? I don't understand, Mr. Wright. What in the world's going on over there? Yeah, they're gonna start a world war if they don't chill the fuck out, because I don't know why they're fucking with Japanifornia. Like, they're not gonna get nuked off the fucking face of the earth. Like, they're a tiny ass country. They're playing way too many games, bro. That's crazy. Imagine a country the size of a pea trying to start war with fucking America, essentially, is what they're doing right now. Kidnapping people and shit. That's crazy. But as shocking as that news was, it was only the beginning. The beginning of something big. Big enough to shake Kura into its very core. Revolution. I was being swept up in a mighty wave that nothing could stop. Of course, with time, I had no idea what the days ahead had stored and had in store for us. Save your current progress. Hell yeah. Whew, next chapter is crazy. We're not done with this one? Golly. I guess we got what? Let's see how this works. Negatives on the cover, so clearly. Okay, investigation day 2. Oh my god, there's gonna be another murder. Whatever. This is 2 episodes in 1. That's crazy. But I guess they shortened it. Alright, everybody. That is gonna be the end for me. I'm heading out. Whew. That was a long one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.